Marvel Rivals is already a pretty unique hero shooter, being that it's based on Marvel heroes, but the whole idea of team-ups and hero team-ups is one of the things that makes it stand out, getting special abilities, interesting gameplay and gimmicks that can help give you the edge based on having team-ups with different heroes. And something we've learned with the last 2 seasons is that they're going to actually switch up the team-ups, add new ones, switch up ones that we already have, mix and match them. Team-ups can either be characters that go together or completely random. And because we're gonna get new team-ups and new characters constantly in this game with each season and update, I thought it would be fun to go over potential team-ups in the future. And by all means, let me know in the comments if you can come up with any interesting ones, because the possibilities are endless. And firstly, as a Magic main myself, although I love my Black Panther team-up and Black Panther mains, love playing alongside you guys, I feel that this team-up needs a shake-up for both characters, switch it up a little bit. This team-up requires both of you to play DPS, it would be nice to switch that up, and it would be nice for Magic to go along with a tank. And personally, I see no better tank than either Emma Frost or Colossus. Colossus is the most likely to be added as a tank, the big metal Russian mutant guy from X-Men. This is Magic's actual brother too, so it makes sense. They could have an interesting team up here where Magic maybe gets some invulnerability, where Colossus then becomes the anchor for the team up, and out of this team up you're getting both a tank and a DPS. I think Wolverine has some pretty good team ups already, but Wolverine and Sabretooth would be an awesome one. We need more villains in this game, and Sabretooth would be an excellent Vanguard/DPS. I picture him playing a lot like a slow, fat Black Panther, with Venom-like mobility that can backline, but doesn't have that kill power like Black Panther has, obviously. And I just think that would be an interesting team-up. Also, Deadpool can pretty much team up with anyone. Wolverine's an obvious one, but Wolverine can only have so many. Deadpool could have a team-up with all of the X-Men, really, maybe even Spider-Man. Jeff the Shark, I'm sure they could add something there, I don't even know what it would look like. A Venom and Deadpool team-up could be pretty cool, they could do something with that. Deadpool could also have a team up with Punisher. I feel Punisher could use a new one as well, or have a secondary one, or Deadpool could probably have a team up with Rocket being the weapon specialist. A lot of options there with Deadpool, and you just know they're gonna add him to the game. Oh man, when they add Deadpool, everyone's gonna main him. 2 brand new characters as a team up that makes sense is Gambit and Rogue. I'm not even sure what this would look like, but I picture Rogue being somewhat of a strategist and would probably be the anchor, and Gambit would be a DPS, obviously. Maybe a hybrid of a melee character that can shoot his cards and have some projectiles. War Machine and Iron Man would also be a pretty good team up. War Machine could be like a semi-flying character tank that teams up with Iron Man, and goes along with the Iron Man Ultron synergy. I think having a permanent flying tank could be problematic, so I think giving War Machine some hover abilities like Doctor Strange, but primarily being on the ground, could work, and be a good team up for Iron Man. Speaking of Black Panther and a new team up, I think Black Panther and Namor would be an interesting one. I also think Namor needs more than one squid team up. We already have a Gamma Squid, so why not have a Black Panther team up where you have a Vibranium Squid? And Namor having multiple squid team-ups mean that you can't just ban Hulk to hinder Namor. Basically, anyone that doesn't want to play a Namor, half the time they indirectly ban him by banning Hulk, and before it was Luna Snow. You ban Luna Snow, no Namor team-up. I feel this way for the Namor mains, you have multiple options to get the team-up. Maybe you don't have a Hulk player, but you have a BP. And then for people that actually just want to ban Namor, they have to actually ban Namor, giving Hulk players time to be out of jail. I feel Cloak and Dagger and Moon Knight could also use a new team-up, switch it up a little bit. Cloak and Dagger could do something with Spider-Man, they have some synergy. And I think Moon Knight could be with Deadpool or something to that effect, maybe Punisher. I also think Moon Knight and Blade that we're getting in Season 3.5 would also fit pretty well together. Maybe even Cloak and Dagger going with Blade as well. Or maybe they just add Blade to their already existing team-up. I think Ghost Rider is a pretty cool character that would fit into this game. Go with Cloak and Dagger, Moon Knight, Blade. They could all have a team up of some sort. I think it's inevitable that we'll get a Guardian of the Galaxy themed season, where we get some new Guardian characters. Ones that I can see added are Drax as a tank, giving Groot a new team up because he desperately needs one, or Nova being another flying character, but maybe we don't want that. I don't really see them messing with the Mantis, Adam Warlock, and Star-Lord team up, but Groot specifically could use some new ones. And Drax could be a good fellow tank one where Nova could be a DPS that flies or hovers. I think those would be pretty solid. Another character that I think needs a refresh in their team up, it's gone a bit stale, is Iron Fist, and man, he has the perfect partner already to do this. We need more Vanguards in the game. Add Luke Cage. He is built to be a Vanguard, he would be sick. Then you could have an Iron Fist DPS tank Luke Cage team up. They already are basically a team up in the comments, it's perfect. And speaking of Luke Cage and Iron Fist, you have the other defenders. You have Daredevil, which would be crazy not to add, and Jessica Jones, who could be another Vanguard. We obviously need more Vanguards, I don't think anyone will complain with getting more. Have the defenders as a team up like the Fantastic Four. Going back to Groot, actually, I think Groot and Squirrel Girl could have an interesting team up. Something to do with trees, nature, acorns. I'm not even sure how they would implement this or what it would look like, but I don't know. It's the best I can come up with off the top of my head. I assume they will inevitably add Vision to the game, and I'm assuming that Vision will team up with Scarlet Witch, maybe added to that Doctor Strange team up, or maybe just create a new team up, where Doctor Strange then gets added to a new one. Scarlet Witch and Vision would go well together, maybe you can add Ultron for a trio there and mix it up. And Doctor Strange is such a versatile character that you could pretty much add him and his magic to any existing team up or mix it up to add something new. So really with Doctor Strange, the possibilities seem endless. Another character as a tank that I think they should add, another super soldier, is Red Skull. Again, we need more villains. And obviously this would mix up the Cap and Bucky team up. Having Red Skull either team up with Bucky or Cap or both. Or maybe you could just put the Winter Soldier with Red Skull and then move Cap with Iron Man and War Machine, giving Cap maybe some technology. Similar to what they did with Squirrel Girl. Maybe giving him a second projectile or something to that effect. It also seems like they're gonna add Captain Marvel at some point, so her and Cap could also be a team. Captain Marvel pretty much has synergy with all the Avengers, but I could see her and Cap having an interesting team up. Maybe just a giant stat boost for sheer leadership and willpower that they have, inspiring their team. The entire team gets like 75 or 50 extra health and a bit of damage boost as an inspiration team up. Who knows? You could do something interesting with that. Man, dare I even say this one, I think White Tiger could be an interesting new character that could team up with Black Panther. Maybe we don't want another Black Panther type character though, so I could see people not wanting this. I just think they would have an interesting dynamic, and White Tiger's kind of a niche Marvel character. They could also add the Leader, another Hulk character that could be a strategist Gamma character that could give Hulk a new team up. And we need more strategists as well. Cyclops from X-Men also seems inevitable to be added to the game. Obviously with his laser beam eyes, he'd probably be a ranged hit scan type character, maybe. I've even seen people speculate on him being a Vanguard, which is kind of interesting actually. But regardless, I think he would pair up with the Phoenix really well. Maybe just adding her Phoenix Force to his shots. It would also be a completely wasted opportunity to not add Professor X, Xavier himself. I mean, come on. He would be a perfect strategist, paired with pretty much any X-Men you could think of. But preferably for me, I think it would be cool to pair him with Magneto. And actually circling back to Namor, I think him and Jeff having just the two of them as a team up makes sense. Maybe have like a shark squid at some point. I also think both Ant-Man and the Wasp would make excellent strategists that can be like a healer DPS hybrid, or have some damage buffs. Both of them can shrink in size, so that could be their gimmick temporarily to deal with dive or run away or just avoid dive. Ant-Man specifically could do that, but for his ultimate get really big in his giant man form and have a big area of effect damage like Namor or Moon Knight. Or can be like a super giant Vanguard Berserker for like a short period of time like Magic, with a limited time ultimate to go kill people. That would be cool. For the Wasp it would be something similar, but regardless, for them they could team up together. Both of them could team up with Ultron, Iron Man, Hawkeye, even Black Widow if you wanted it to. Pretty well any of the Avengers obviously. Either way, I know some of these are realistic and some of them are a pipe dream, but it's fun to talk about nonetheless because team-ups are a big part of this game, and there really seems to be unlimited options on what they could add. It seems like there's some perfect alley-oop slam dunk options here like Colossus and Magic, Iron Fist and Luke Cage, but there's also a lot of unique ones that we might not even see coming. Let me know your thoughts in the comments though on different team-ups you'd like to see, some unique potential options, perhaps there's some Marvel characters that I overlooked that go with some of the characters that we already have, or some brand new ones. But either way, thank you for watching the video, hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and as always, we will see you all in the next one. Later.